This is not an auto pen, by the way. With today's signing, we're pushing even further into the exciting new frontier. Just as I promised last year, the Genius Act creates a clear and simple regulatory framework to establish and unleash the immense promise of dollar-backed stable coins. This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Let me say the entire crypto community, for years, you were mocked and dismissed and counted out. You were counted out as little as a year and a half ago. But this signing is a massive validation, and even before this signing, over the last year, year and a half, I think your stuff has gone up more than any stock, or just about more. A couple of stocks that were pretty good, I will say, but you have certainly as an industry gone up more than anybody. Nobody's gained the respect in such a short period of time. But this signing is a massive validation of your hard work and your pioneering spirit and your ability to never give up. You've made our dollar look really good and strong and powerful. It's good for the dollar and it's good for the country. And that's why I backed you at an early stage. And I also did it for the votes, because you did come out and vote, I will tell you. Yeah, we worked hard. It's a very important act, the Genius Act. They named it after me, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you. This is a hell of an act.
Could the Genius Act be the roadmap to a cashless society? On July 18th, 2025, President Trump signed the Genius Act into law, and it could be a big step on how we use money. The Genius Act is the first major U.S. law to regulate stablecoins, which are digital dollars tied to real dollars. Licensed banks and trusted companies can create them now, and they have to follow strict rules like keep real money in reserves, do monthly reports, get audited regularly, and protect users if something goes wrong. This law makes digital money feel more official, more trusted, and that opens the door for more people to use it instead of cash. It doesn't ban paper money, but it definitely helps push the U.S. closer to a cashless economy.
I'm very confused about the Genius Act. I thought there was a deal made by the president to make sure that included was going to be the central bank digital currency. There'd be no possibility of a backdoor to get that. So where are we?
Steve, let me explain something. In 1971, we went off of the gold standard. The Federal Reserve did that. And we went to cash, a cash society. And the value of the dollar has drastically gone down to the buying power is less than 10 cents now from where it was in the 1950s before we went off the gold reserve. What's happening today on July 17th in 2025, when no one is paying attention, no one's talking about it, everyone is in blind rage about the Epstein files, and I don't blame them. However, right now, what is being voted on today in Congress is the entire setup, groundwork, and entire infrastructure being laid to move from cash to digital currency. And the number one thing that is not happening today is a ban on a central bank digital currency. This means the ability for the government to take control of your digital bank account where all your money is and turn it off. And this is why I'm so upset and it's not being talked about. Steve, I was the only no vote on the rule last night. And Congress set a record last night, and no one's talking about that either. This was the longest vote held open for a rule in history. And it finally shut down sometime around midnight because there was a deal made, and the deal will not be honored. It was a deal that Speaker Johnson made, and he said that he would put a ban on central bank digital currency in the NDAA. But let me tell you something, that's going to get stripped out in the Senate, because what they told us all week long is the Senate does not have the votes to pass a ban on a central bank digital currency. So I want to lay this out straight for you all. You never thought in your lifetime that the government would shut you down, would close your churches, would close your schools, would close your business. And that happened only a few years ago. But what is happening today is the groundwork is being laid, and it's all in the name of cryptocurrency and stablecoin. But it is the entire regulatory process to switch us from cash to a cashless society to digital currency that can be controlled by the federal government. And there will be no ban on a central bank digital currency.
If you see what was said about the passing of the crypto today, 3 major crypto bills were passed today. And it was just like the Lord said. And even when he said, I'm warning you, it's about privacy. And people go, and people and they said, Brandon, you know, they're able to spy us anyway. No, I'm talking about how they're able to reach into your cookie jar and take your cookies. I'm talking about them being able to push your button on your crypto account and completely lock you up like it is without hardly any notice. Boop. Sorry, you don't have access to your funds. What happened?
No control.
No control. Mm-hmm. No. Setting up constitutional rights around crypto. But what it's doing is it's bringing forth the beast system, that you will not buy, sell, or trade without the mark of the beast. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will not buy, sell, or trade without the mark of the beast. What is digital currency? What is crypto? It's all being set up for the end of the end, for the beast system. Revelations is unfolding right in front of your face, and many people do not see it.
You're literally handing them your wealth, all of your wealth. And so here's like the big risk, which you laid out, right? Like this, if nothing else, the one risk that I care about is that this could easily switch into a surveillance state tool to control us. So if you look at what happened with like the Canadian truckers, remember they had their bank accounts shut off?
Yep.
And then look at China. China already has this. They already have a central bank digital currency, and they've linked it to like health data. They've linked it to the social credit score. So if you do something that they don't like, you can't access your wallet. And I've seen videos of people talking about this. Like, I haven't been able to buy groceries because of whatever reason. You said something bad about the government. And like this one girl, she was like, my uncle now and my brother, now their wallets are shut off because they gave me money for food because I needed to eat. So like, it's happening already in China. And I know that's an extreme example because their government is, well, we think it's so much different. But when you look at what happened during, are we that different? Like, imagine this was in place during when the government was pushing these passports. All they would have to do is link the passport to your wallet, and you don't get the well, then you're not accessing your wallet. You can't shop at any of these stores. You can't, you know what I mean? Like that would have been, they could have done that overnight and then we'd all be screwed. It's like you either get the or you don't have your money.
Okay, let's talk about the Genius Act. The Genius Act is the act that will implement the government's control of them being able to take complete control of any digital currency. So that means if you're a person getting a direct deposit, the government at any point can go into your account and just freeze it. So if you vote for that Genius Act, you have then given away your right to have cash in hand, and we will become a society of digital currency. Okay? And we halfway there. All it's going to take is for them to vote it in. And once it is voted in, I think the mark of the beast shall follow. I think the mark of the beast shall follow. I think the mark of the beast shall follow. Okay?